That is incredible. Look at that. Just a titanic copperhead. That's so awesome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am getting ready to go look for coral snakes, but first I'm going to throw back to a clip I took yesterday. I didn't hurt much yesterday, but I did find one interesting thing that I wanted to share with you guys, so I'm gonna roll that and then we'll get back to the present. All right, everyone, I'm not herping today, but I was on my way home from picking up my car from the mechanic, had to get a couple quick repairs done, and found these guys. This is a pair of box turtles, I'm assuming, following each other across the road. You can see there's plenty of traffic on this road, but a really interesting scenario. I mean, this one looks like he's got something going on with his shell. I'm really not sure. Never seen anything quite like that though. I stopped because I saw that one. I didn't even see this one until I got out of the car, but I figured I'd do a quick little clip on it because it's kind of strange. But anyways, nice pair of eastern box turtles. It's really rainy today, so I'm probably not going to be doing much herping. But I figured this was too cool to not show, so I stopped to get a look at them. But I'm gonna make sure these guys get over there into that nice field and away from this busy road. Nice pair of eastern box turtles. Will probably be the only herps of the day. I think I'm gonna throw this in at the beginning of the video. So this will be the first thing you guys see for this episode. So kind of cool, unconventional way to start a video, but I figured it was too cool to pass up. So I'm just gonna move these guys to safety in that field over there, and I will see you guys tomorrow when I get out. All right, so that was a pretty cool little encounter I had yesterday, incidentally, while I was heading home from running some errands. But today I'm actually going to be cruising for most of the day, looking for coral snakes primarily. But there is a lot of really cool bycatch in this area. As you can see, we have some beautiful overcast skies today. It's a little bit soggy still from all the rain we had. I might have to wait for it to dry out a little bit before snakes start coming out, but I'm gonna get it cruising. And hopefully there will be plenty of stuff to be found today. I'll keep you guys posted. This is probably going to be a box turtle filled video based on the fact that it's super wet out here today. Look at this guy. There's our first box turtle of today. I know you guys saw some from yesterday just a second ago, but look at that guy's red eye. Very nice. Handsome first eastern box turtle of the day. I can't imagine we're not going to see quite a few of these today, so I'm just going to move them out of the road and we're going to keep cruising. But first stop of the day. And here we have boxy number 2 for the day. What's up, dude? Got a really nice shell on this one. But box turtle number 2, going to keep it kind of brief and just get him out of the road. And here is boxy number 3. This one is seemingly kind of shy, but look at that red eye. It's another nice looking one. All right, let's get him out of the road. It's been a while. It's dried up quite a bit. You can see it looks like much better weather to find snakes in now, so we're gonna move this guy out of the road and get back to it. A snake. Dude, what's up? This is the happiest I've been to see a racer in a long time. It has been a pretty brutal morning so far. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and here is our first snake of the day. A little hatchling black racer. All right, come here, dude. Come here. Hey there, buddy. You are actually quite handsome. Look at that. He's got some good color on him. All right, we'll get him out of the road and back to it. We've been seeing tons of these guys lately. Pretty little southern black racer hatchling as our first snake of the day. All right, dude. Get out of here. Stay out of the road. Hey, hey, hey. It only took all day. Hello. Oh, he's beautiful. I'm gonna get my camera out real quick. Well, that is our first target species of the day, a nice little juvenile timber rattlesnake. Actually, I think that is the first neonate we've road cruised. We've seen a couple of them in habitat. I think that's the first one this year that we found on a road. Really nice. I'm gonna get some photos real quick and then we will move him across. All right, well, neonate timber rattlesnake is our first target snake of the day. We did see another baby racer, so this is actually snake number 3. And I think it's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, maybe 2:30. So we're just gonna escort him across the road. Hopefully snakes will be moving now that it's dried out a little bit, and we'll be able to hopefully find a coral snake. So we're gonna move this guy over to the direction he was heading, and maybe we're gonna get some snacks real quick, and then we're gonna get back to cruising. Dude, you're not a snake, bro. What are you doing? a little brown skink. Get out of the road, dude. Go on. Go on. All right, guys. Well, it is officially evening, and there is, I believe, our 4th box turtle of the day. This one's actually quite small and shy, so we're just gonna move him out of the road, but I do believe that is number 4 for the day. Hopefully there will be some snakes out this evening. We also just found a very freshly run over timber rattlesnake, which was a huge bummer as always. So snakes are out, we're gonna keep at it. Another one. Little brown skink, or ground skink, whichever you prefer. Lots of those guys out on the road today. Well, it's getting dark and we just cruised our first snake of the night. Well, that is a very weird first snake of the night. Nice little northern scarlet snake that was right in front of someone's house. This guy, like a lot of the scarlet snakes, like if you ever find a scarlet snake outside of the summer, usually they aren't the best looking because evidently they're pretty desperate for food, because these guys, at least are thought to only eat lizard eggs and reptile eggs. But it's kind of hard to believe that this species could even survive with such a specialized diet. But there are reports of them eating lizards and like other reptiles supposedly, but really weird snakes and really strange to actually see one this late in the year. And like I said, usually if I see them past maybe the end of August, they tend to be a little bit unhealthy looking like this guy. But really cool looking snakes, always something I'm happy to see, and not a species we see too commonly. This is actually my first one from this county, even though I've spent quite a bit of time here. Not the tricolor we were hoping to see today, but a really cool snake nonetheless. So we're gonna take some photos real quick and then move them off the road. All right, little dude, well, I wish you the best of luck in finding a couple meals before winter gets here. Hopefully you're not as picky as the entire herpetology community seems to think you are. I really hope that for your sake, because he is definitely in need of a meal, and there's not really any reptile eggs in the ground right now. Hardly any. So I'm just gonna leave him to it and we're gonna get back to cruising. But first snake of the night is a pretty good one. Nice northern scarlet snake. Well, it's just not a night of road cruising anymore without seeing one or two of these guys, is it? Nice little brown snake is our second and probably last snake of the night. It's been a while since we saw that scarlet snake, and I am tired because I have been driving since 8 a.m. So probably gonna call it with this guy. If we see anything else, obviously I'll stop, but nice little brown snake to wrap up the day. There is another snake. I was wrong. Nice little ringneck, as maybe our last snake of the night. But 2 snakes in this pass, so we might do one more and see if we see anything else. But nice little ringneck. We're just gonna let him crawl off the road. 3rd snake of the night. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day, and I'm out here doing a little bit of morning cruising close to home today. I have most of the day free, so I'll probably be driving around for the better part of the day. And if I see anything, I'll let you guys know. And if not, well, that would suck because it feels amazing out today. We had all that rain yesterday, and then things dried up nicely. And today it's partly cloudy and the sun's peeking out. So should be pretty ideal weather. But I'm going to get to cruising, and I will let you guys know if I see anything. I just saw a DOR garter snake that looks like it was ran over yesterday. So no signs of life yet this morning, though. All right, everyone. Well, I got bored of road cruising, and I wasn't seeing much. So I decided to go for a walk. And surprisingly, I actually turned up something kind of cool. This is a southeastern crown snake. We see this species pretty frequently at certain spots in the spring. But here in my home county, they're actually quite rare. This is probably only the 5th or 6th I've ever found. These little snakes are super habitat specific. They like really loose sandy soil that they can bury in. They look kind of superficially like a worm snake, but they have this crown on their head where they get their name, the southeastern crown snake. But these are really cool little snakes. I don't get to see them very often around here, and when I do, it's always in the early spring, so definitely kind of weird to flip one in the fall. I'm gonna get some quick photos of this guy and put him back under his rock, but nice southeastern crown snake. I'm gonna get back on the road here shortly, but here's another look at this really cool habitat I'm walking around in. Big boulders, and around these big boulders are lots of small rocks you can flip. And that is where I found the little crown snake a minute ago, so pretty cool, decent way to start the day. Here's our next herp of the day. Nice eastern box turtle. Looks like he's actually trapped on this side of that construction netting, so I think I'm gonna put him on the other side and let him continue with his day over there. This guy has some beautiful eyes. Look at that. Otherwise, he's kind of dingy looking for a adult male eastern box turtle, but his face is beautiful. Really good looking turtle overall. Anyways, I'm just gonna pick him up and we're gonna put him on the other side of this netting so we can get to where he needs to be. So I've kind of been walking this erosion fence since I saw the box turtle, hoping to see a snake. And I just peeked over this. There's a rat snake. It worked. I hope there would be, oh, come here, dude. I hope there would be something over here after I saw that box turtle. Come on. Let's get you over here. Big Stinky. What's up, dude? Just goes to show you got to get a little creative with field herping sometimes. Sometimes the snakes just aren't doing what you think they're going to be doing. And you got to switch it up. Like this morning, I was hoping stuff would be crossing the road. And I wasn't finding anything. So I decided to come out here and hike, mostly because I was bored. Then I saw this erosion fence and decided to follow it. And sure enough, it produced a snake. Very cool. Now, since this is a rat snake, he's definitely capable of climbing over that erosion fence. So I'm just going to let him go back on the other side. And he can make his own decisions. But really cool. Here's another sign that this is actually a productive way to look for snakes. Nice shed here. Looks to be a garter snake. I think I can see a stripe on the tail there, keeled scales. But yeah, more evidence of herps following this fence here, even though this little section's collapsed, but very interesting nonetheless. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm almost back to the car though, so might end up being the last thing we see over here. Back on the road, yet another ground skink. These guys are everywhere lately, all over the roads. Super strange. I keep thinking they're little bitty snakes, and they're not. They're tiny lizards. God dang. Look at this big man. Dude, you are impressive. That is a huge mantid. Look at this guy. What's up, dude? Or I should say lady. Looks like she is a pregnant female. I don't know too much about bugs, but I'm fairly certain this is a gravid female mantis. I think this is the non-native species, but correct me if I'm wrong. Come here, come here. Let me hold you. Come on, come on. There we go. Look at that. That is an impressive beast. All right, let's help her across the road. Go put you in these bushes over here. I've seen a bunch of tiny ones today, but this one was definitely worth stopping and looking at. All right, there you go. There you are. All right, let's get back on the road. All right, and here's our first snake of the evening. Something that has been strangely absent on the roads lately, a nice little red-bellied snake. Really have not seen as many of these guys this fall as I normally do, so kind of interesting. Really tiny little guy crossing the road. Kind of surprised I even saw him because he was sitting in these shadows, but let's get a look at him. Almost looks like he's in shed. He is in shed. I think he's about to shed. That's super weird. Very, very rarely do I find snakes on the road in shed, so that's super strange. But there's a car coming, so I'm just gonna move him over here and let him go. First snake of the afternoon, hopefully not the last. All right, guys, here is our first snake after dark. A nice little neonate gray rat, second one of the day. Actually took a lot longer than I was expecting to get a snake tonight. Not sure if it's gonna be a terribly productive night of road cruising. All right, let's move them off the road and keep driving, see if there's anything else out. All right, everyone, here is our next and probably last snake of the night. Interestingly, it is a little eastern worm snake who's having a very hard time getting traction on the pavement. These guys are so derpy when they're not burying in the soil. Fairly common snakes that we kind of seldomly see on roads, but we've been doing pretty well with them this year so far. But this has only been my second snake of the night after dark, and I'm assuming it's probably gonna be my last because I have to get going. But yeah, nice little eastern worm snake to kind of round off the day. Wasn't a terrible day all around, but it also wasn't super productive. I herped basically all day until this point and only found a handful of snakes. But at the same time, I'm glad we at least found a few things. So I'm gonna escort this guy across the road and probably call it a night here. Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna try to wrap this video up here today. It got fairly warm today and it's just been sunny all day, so I didn't get out. I spent the day editing videos. But I am out now, planning to do a little bit of evening and night cruising on a road that I'm on right now that I have never actually cruised. So I'm gonna be hitting this tonight. Might branch off to some of my more typical roads just to make sure we can at least rack up a couple of snakes. But for the most part, I'm gonna be trying to figure out what all lives on this road and see if I can turn up some snakes. So, all right, everyone, dusk is gonna be upon us soon. And the temperature's holding pretty nicely, still 73 out there. The only sign of life I've seen was a relatively recently run over timber rattlesnake, which has annoyingly been a theme lately. We've been seeing tons of them DOR and having a really hard time actually connecting with them while they're still alive, which really sucks. But I mean, snakes have been moving today, so hopefully we'll be able to turn something up here tonight once it gets dark. We will see. Well, it's been hours, but there is our first living snake of the day. Nice little gray rat. I was worried he was run over because I just found one that was also ran over. And luckily he is not. He's in good shape. So always nice to see. We've been seeing quite a few of these guys lately. They are starting to fill in their role as one of the more common snakes on the road, which for a while I was wondering where they were, but now they are suddenly apparently the only thing we can find at night. So while I always appreciate them, they are everywhere right now, so I'm just gonna escort this guy across the road and keep moving and hope there's something else out. So that is really weird. We're gonna go see what's going on over there, but it looks like a copperhead investigating a DOR copperhead. We're gonna go get a closer look. So it is in fact a copperhead, a massive copperhead, like probably the biggest I've ever seen. I mean, look at the size of this snake. Obviously this one is unfortunately dead, and I'm not really sure if he's just curious, but I mean, that is a massive snake. He is leaving, which is a good thing because I don't want him to get ran over. But that is really crazy. Look how big this snake is. That is easily the biggest copperhead I've ever seen. Holy crap. All right, dude, well, you are massive and beautiful, and I definitely don't want you to end up in a similar state as the other copperhead over there, so make sure you get well away from the road. That is incredible. Look at that. Just a titanic copperhead. That's so awesome. But all right, snakes are out. I'm gonna keep moving and hope that we can turn up. I mean, I literally just pulled away from that rat snake when I spotted this guy. That is insane. All right, dude, stay out of the road, get going. I'm gonna put him over there by the fence so he doesn't get run over, but I can't do that while I'm recording because I need to be able to focus. So I'm gonna move this guy and get back on the road. So no snakes for the first 3 hours of the night. And well, not 3 hours of darkness, but in the evening hours, I didn't see anything. And it's now about an hour and a half after dark, and just bam, 3 snakes back to back. I haven't even gone a quarter of a mile from the copperhead, and yet another baby rat snake. This one's actually beautiful, super clean coloration on this little guy. But like I said, they've been everywhere lately, so we'll just escort him across the road and keep moving while stuff's out. Oh, there we go. Next snake of the night. It's been a while since we've seen anything. I'm actually back on my typical roads. Decided to do a pass or two to kind of wrap up the night, and a nice little brown snake. But just like the gray rats, we've been seeing tons of these guys lately, so I'm just gonna move them across the road and we're gonna keep moving, see if there's anything else out. Look at that tongue flick. What's up, dude? All right, everyone. Well, it is now 9:55 and 65 degrees. I cruised later tonight than I usually do because stuff started moving just randomly. Like, I swear I went an hour and a half or more after the sun went down without seeing anything. And then I got all those snakes right back to back. And then the little brown snake when I started back towards my usual area that's closer to home. But yeah, pretty solid night. I guess it's going to be a pretty decent way to end the video, so I'm going to wrap this one up here, I think. And as far as future plans go, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the week. The weather is pretty much the same, and things have just not been working out the last couple of outings. I mean, we found interesting stuff, but it's really been a struggle to find what we have, despite the fact that the weather seems perfect. So I might have to switch up my strategy a little bit, but either way, I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode, unless I see something on the way home, in which case I will see you guys shortly.